We ready? Director General, Attorney Kimbo.
Mr. Chairman, may I proceed? The following persons are here. Mr. Jose A. Fabia, Commissioner of the Commission on Audit. Ms. Merla C. Bagsit, OIC Supervising Auditor, Makati City Hall. And from the COA, Auditors and Technical Audit Personnel, Engineer Zaldi Lavaro, Engineer Alan S. Florentino. Please take your seats here. Engineer Cecilio J. Pineda, Engineer Roldan Menciano, Engineer Flora M. Ruiz, Engineer Ricardo Custodio, and Engineer Rosalina Prestosa. From the Anti-Money Laundering Council Secretariat, Ms. Julia C. Bakay Abad, Executive Director 2. Engineer Mariano Echanova and former City Vice Mayor Ernesto S. Mercado are here. Attorney Renato Bondal and Mr. Nicolas Ching and CISO the 6th. For Hillmark, Attorney Paig. From J. Cuervo Valuers and Advisory, Mr. Federico C. Cuervo. And from Mana Architecture and Interior Design, Mr. Orlando Mateo. Sorry, Carlo Mateo. Sorry, my mistake.
Other new witnesses? Can we administer the oath to the new witness?
Those who are here for the first time, could you please stand and raise your right hand? Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth in this proceeding? Thank you. You may take your seat.
Can you state your name and position?
Good morning, Your Honors. I am Attorney Julia Bakay Abad, Executive Director of the Anti-Money Laundering Council Secretariat.
Senator Cayetano.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Ma'am, I only actually have one question, and because of the nature of your work, I know it's confidential and you have to do things discreetly. The committee would appreciate if you just give us a confidential report. But I would just like to know whether you are monitoring these hearings and whether the AMLAC is looking into the accounts whenever you hear that there is cases of plunder or graft and corruption, because under the anti-money laundering law, one of the predicate crimes is the violation of Republic Act, certain paragraphs of 3019. I know you cannot talk about the specific accounts or anything, but the assurance to the Philippine people that the AMLAC is actually on top of this, no? And please be honest about it, whether or not you there is a team monitoring these hearings.
Thank you, Your Honor. Yes, I confirm that the AMLAC and its secretariat are monitoring the progress of these hearings, and we're of course collating any relevant information that we get from these hearings, which we can probably use in performing our functions, specifically investigating possible money laundering offenses in relation to any unlawful activity or predicate crimes that may have been committed.
Yes, because just like the COA, there is a red flagging in the anti-money laundering, no? But usually, while amounts above 500,000 are not automatically flagged unless there are suspicious transactions. When you talk about businessmen and their transactions are in the regular course of business, these aren't usually flagged as suspicious, correct?
Well, Your Honor, there are two types of transactions that are being reported to the AMLAC under the law. We have the covered transactions and the suspicious transactions. When you say covered transactions, these are transactions that are in excess of 500,000 pesos within one banking day. And all these transactions are automatically and even electronically reported to the AMLAC, regardless of the nature of the transaction. In contrast, a suspicious transaction is a transaction regardless of the amount involved. If any of the circumstances or what we call red flag indicators attend to such transactions, and then these are also reported to the AMLAC by the covered institutions.
Yes, ang point ko lang, ma'am, is that a transaction that is covered, but because it's in a regular course of business, no? For example, ang isang piggery or ang isang contractor na usual naman, no, na in 1 month magde-deposit ng 2 million, magwi-withdraw ng 1 million, magde-deposit ng 1, di ba? Not necessarily suspicious.
Yes, Your Honor.
But once there is testimony that these businesses are fronts, no, for graft and corruption or for dummies, for politicians who cannot explain their wealth, it becomes a suspicious transaction and should be reported or should be monitored already, no? Because napakarami nating hearing na by the time mag-file ang ombudsman, wala na yung pera na withdraw na. That's why hiningi ng AMLA sa Kongreso, lakasan ng batas at hiningi na ang gawin natin ay pwede kayong magpa-freeze ng pera. So as I said, no, I will not go into details, but of course ang in aid of legislation to eh. So kung may weaknesses pa sa batas that prevents you from doing your job or from protecting the people's money na ninakaw, a confidential memo or information to the committee will be appreciated so that we can incorporate it, no, in the amendments of the AMLA. Having said that, ma'am, mahaba pa to, pero dadating ang time na tatanungin nga ang tao, may final ba yung AMLA para yung pera na yan ay maprotektahan? Assuming it's there. We don't know right now if it's in cash, in properties, etc. No? But anyway, ma'am, with that assurance that you are monitoring and doing your job, if there are no further questions, Mr. Chair, I know they're busy, so I don't think they're needed any longer unless Senator Trillanes has questions. Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thank you, Director.
Permission to leave, Your Honor.
Okay, so no more questions for Ms. Abad. Thank you very much, ma'am. You may
Thank you,
leave.
Your Honor.
Thank you for your presence. And Mr. Cuervo, you submitted something to this subcommittee. Can you tell us the nature of the document you submitted and the background, some background information as to what you submitted?
What I submitted, Your Honor, is advanced figure of an appraisal that is in the process. So to follow soon will be the formal appraisal report.
And for the information of everybody, what is an appraisal report? What is the value of an appraisal report?
The appraisal report is an estimate of market value. No? So
On a certain date.
yes, as of a specific date. Now, comparing this to a result of a quantity estimate, quantity surveyor, it can go higher or lower. It all depends on the market preferences.
Thank you, Mr. Cuervo. So, may I ask Attorney Peig, where are your...
Mr. Chairman.
Okay, Senator
just
Trillanes.
follow-up question to Mr. Cuervo. Mr. Cuervo, what's the amount? Based on your studies, what's the market value of the Makati parking building?
As of the fourth quarter of 2013, I arrived at a value of 877,196,000.
You have already assumed that this is what's the term? First grade
Yes,
materials.
yes, definitely.
Okay. Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman.
Why the need to make assumptions, Mr. Cuervo, when in fact you have been to the building?
Yes.
So are you telling this committee that the materials used in the building are first grade materials?
Okay, when you say first grade, it's not premium. It's below premium. No? So first grade is not equivalent to a lot of premium buildings you see in Ayala and Fort. No?
So please educate us. What are the grades?
Well, I would say that it's lower, no, but still above the an average, no. So it's an above average type of finishings. We have I noticed there's a top of the line sprinkler system, but then there are some facilities that's missing. Only one basement. There's no service elevator, and the top floor is used for storage. No? So these are type of finishing use that's not seen in premium buildings.
Mr. Cuervo. Attorney Pig, where are engineers Canlas and Henson?
Well, good morning, Your Honor. It was our impression, Your Honor, that their presence is no longer necessary by complying with your
We have
queries.
questions. Are you ready to answer?
I'll try the best I can, Your Honor.
So here we go again.
No, Mr. Chairman, I will dispute that statement of Attorney Peg. Since they're not here and we have give the forewarning last hearing, I move that we recommend to the Blue Ribbon Committee that all the members of the Board of Directors of Hillmarks be cited for contempt, Mr. Chairman. And so move.
Can the chair modify the motion to only refer to the chairman, Engineer Canlas, and the president, Engineer Henson?
I submit, Mr. Chairman.
So, a recommendation that these two engineers be cited for contempt be referred to the Chairman Gingona of the Blue Ribbon Committee. Okay, Attorney Peg, try your best to answer. The basement was mentioned. And in the presentation of Engineer Henson, and in the presentation of Engineer Henson, he said that because of the nature of the location, the soil, of where the building was built, you had to make pile works or foundation works, which contributed around 8,000 pesos per square meter into the cost. So, can you explain what he meant by this?
Yes, Your Honor. In the construction of the foundation, we have to put sheet piles to prevent the adjacent properties from collapsing, Your Honor.
I did a simple computation. If we'll use round figures. Now, if the total floor area of the structure is 30,000 square meters, if the piling works contributed additional 8,000 pesos, then therefore that should have cost around 240 million pesos. Tama po ba yun?
Based on our submission, Your Honor, the cost of the sheet piles with Noel Sailing amounted to 34,844,000.
Yes, yun na. So, how do you explain that? How come he made that statement? Mali eh. If he says na it would have added 8,000 per square meter to the cost, then the piling work should have amounted to around 240 million pesos. So please explain.
If I remember it correctly, Your Honor, I was the one who made that suggestion during my presentation. When I made comparison with the Mitra Hall, the Mitra Hall had no sheet pilings, and I said that had there been sheet pilings as we did in Makati City Building, then that would have even increased the cost of the Mitra Hall by an average of 8,000 per square meter.
So you are referring to the Mitra Hall.
Yes, Your
so
Honor.
you are not claiming that the Makati Parking Building 2 was more expensive by 8,000 per square meter because of the piling. Hindi,
No, Your
there's
Honor.
no such claim.
No,
Okay,
Your
erase ko na yan. So you submitted a report to the
Yes, sir.
subcommittee. Board piles cost you around 147,198,000 plus.
Yes,
Okay.
Your Honor.
And then sheet piles with soil nailing 34,844,000 plus.
Yes.
So these were costs incurred because of the nature of the soil where the building is located.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, sige. Before you do this, di ba you conduct an examination of the soil or the location?
We did not do that, Your Honor. We just constructed the building based on the plans and specifications given to us by the Makati City Hall, Your Honor.
Okay, so meaning to say, when the specs called for board piles and sheet piles, assumption ninyo is they already
Yes, Your
did the soil examination.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so sayang wala na naman dito yung Makati City Hall, but maybe we can we should subpoena the soil investigation report in the custody of the Makati City government. So is that the position of Attorney Payig as representative of Hillmarks with 37 years of experience in construction, that there must be a soil investigation report? Or what is the proper term for that report?
Well, insofar as the contractor is concerned, Your Honor, we just constructed the building based on the plans and specifications that we bid, Your Honor.
How will you know that you need board piles and sheet piles?
It's based on the plans, Your Honor.
Oo nga. Kaya kung kayo, in the normal course of events,
We would know the nature of the soil that we're constructing.
you will examine the soil. What is the technical name of this examination of the soil? With your 37 years of experience. Okay, please.
We do that's what they call the soil exploration test, Your Honor.
So the subpoena will reflect this either a soil investigation report or a soil exploration test.
I suggest, Your Honor, the best person who can answer that would be the structural engineer who prepared the plans. I don't know if they coordinated with the MANA.
In the plans in your possession, the name of the structural engineer is not divulged. Meron.
I think meron.
Okay, can you give us the name? It's here.
It's submitted,
check?
Your Honor.
Then maybe we can ask Architect Mateo, since you made the plans, can you tell us what specific plans you made para po you might be blamed for something you did not do?
Good morning, Your Honor. Nakapag-submit po kami ng quantifiable documents na siyang ginamit po, or we presume na siya po siyang ginamit po sa napang bidding, at ang nilalaman po meron po kaming na-submit na architectural plans, meron po kaming na-submit na voice and data.
Ulit yan?
Voice and data plans po. Tungkol po ito sa mga kable ng telepono sa loob ng building. May nasubmit po kami na mechanical plans. May nasubmit din po kami na plumbing plans. Meron din po kaming nasubmit na structural plans. Kasama rin po ang electrical plans. If I may correct myself, mas tama po palang sabihin na auxiliary drawings, yung sinabi ko kaninang voice and data. Ang mas technical na tawag po doon is auxiliary drawings.
Auxiliary drawings. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In effect, you submitted 5 plans and 1 auxiliary drawing.
Sorry. Auxiliary po is a trade, so 6 po yun. Hindi po supplemental yung auxiliary. Auxiliary is a trade.
Trade?
Trade po. Gaya po ng mechanical plumbing.
Okay. So, plans na rin siya.
Plans na rin
sige
siya.
po. So, to be very, very clear, we have 6 plans. And these are the 6 plans you submitted pursuant to your winning the contract, right? With the Makati City government?
Sinabit po namin yun as part of our contractual obligation po.
Right. So, as far as plans are concerned, 6 plans. Part of your contractual obligation. 6 plans.
Yes, opo. Yung lahat po nung nabanggit ko.
Opo, ito yung sinabi nyong ginawa nyo beforehand dahil sinugal ninyo.
Kasama na ho yun.
Itong 6 nga po.
Opo.
Okay. Yung pagdating po sa structural plans, sino po ang responsible po nito at siya ang nagsabi na kailangan mag-board piles at mag-sheet piles?
Ang structural plans po design ng aming structural consultant.
Name of?
Pimentel and Associates po.
Pimentel na ito. Engineer Tony
Tama po.
C. Pimentel.
Opo, engineer.
Pimentel and Associates. So I assume itong consultants ninyo did the soil investigation, the examination test? Or they should have done?
Actually, in practice po, in the absence of a soil test, nangyayari din po na the consultant makes assumptions in place of the soil investigation. So in short po, kasi kung halimbawa nag-design ako, liability ko lahat ng nilalagay ko sa design ko. So if I would use assumptions, it's really up to me to take that risk. If I want to be more sure, I would request for the soil investigation.
As a matter of due course, the assumption is not tested scientifically. Kasi kaya ako natanong yan because si Attorney Peig, sabi niya that Mitra building could have cost 8,000 pesos per square meter more if requirean ng board piles and sheet piles. So ibig sabihin, from the very start, they could have allowed it to cost more by just making an assumption and hindi tinest yung assumption by an actual examination of the soil?
Hindi po ganun ka-direct yung comparison. Each project is peculiar at may kanya-kanya siyang design criteria. So, decision po ng consultant yun kung ano ang gagawin niyang references po sa paggawa ng kanyang design.
Attorney Peig, ito pong pag-install ng board pile, sheet piles, was this subcontracted by Hillmarks?
I'll check on that.
When I say subcontracted, is ibig sabihin nung kumuha kayo ng
Yes.
specialista, you pay the specialist.
I'll check on that.
Okay, when you say you will check on that, ang ibig mong sabihin, there were some aspects of the construction of the Makati City Hall parking building too which were subcontracted by Hillmarks.
Yes, Your Honor.
Can you, hindi naman siguro top secret yan eh, no?
Yes,
I mean, that's, can we also ask that data from Hillmarks? Which construction company benefited from the project through a subcontract? And what scope of work? You know, the project cost 2.2 billion, no? Bakit walang CR sa basement?
Your Honor, we did not construct a comfort room at the basement because it was not part of the plans and specifications, Your Honor.
Bakit nga? Why would they what was the basement for originally? Ang plano niya.
Based on the plans, Your Honor, the basement has
Parking?
parking spaces,
Uh,
the electromechanical yard, the cistern tank, the septic tank, the PLDT room, and the pump room. These are the scope of work of Hillmarks, Your Honor. Outside of that, hindi namin po ginawa kasi wala sa scope of work.
tignan mo tuloy yung ginawa nila. Hillmarks, nung in-inspect namin yan, talaga
Hindi po kami ang gumawa niyan po. Because hindi po kasama yan sa specifications ng aming binili.
Engineer, when we plan a building of this magnitude, hindi natin na-assume na kailangan nila na CR sa basement?
Your Honor, kapag nagde-design po kami, isa sa mga pinagbabasihan po namin ang building code. So, sinasabi po doon kung ano ang mga minimum requirements at sa pag-determine po whether specific area requires a toilet, kinukonsulta rin po namin sa aming mga sanitary engineer para masiguro na code compliance. Gawa po na ang basement is not supposed to be accessible for the public and it's likely that the end user is mostly mga taga-city po. And so we determined na at the time na dinesign namin, hindi po kailangan.
But it's not against the law to have. It's not against the law or the code to have a toilet or toilet facilities at the basement.
Hindi
Hindi pa.
po hindi po against na meron, hindi rin against na wala.
Oo nga, pero ang nangyari, the user needed the toilet, they made it themselves. Ano nangyari? So Hillmark, nung nakita ko nga to, well, it reflected on your pero hindi, you did not do this. Sige po. So Hillmarks also submitted a you totaled the floor area dedicated for parking. Tama, Hillmarks? And you said it's 12,355.80 square meters.
For parking
For,
areas.
for parking, yeah, dedicated for parking.
Yes,
You also totaled the floor area for office use.
Yes, sir.
11,731.23 square meters.
Yes, sir.
Yung topmost floor is ano ba yun? The 10th floor? The 10th floor is for storage. So did you put the storage as office? Dito sa report nyo?
Opo,
Kasi
opo. Ang
doon nyo linagay, ha?
opo.
So the storage
Then
was
we have
put.
the roof deck.
Yeah, then you have the roof deck. Let's go to the roof deck now. Yung roof deck nyo, ang cost ng roof deck, sabi mo, 38,538 pesos and 5 centavos per square meter.
Yes, sir.
Roof deck. So, but that's basically open space.
Opo, Your Honor, pero makikita nyo po yan, mabigat po yung load niya eh. Diyan po yung mga tangke ng tubig, yung air conditioning units po, at saka yung garden soil po. Kasi mabigat din po yun.
Okay, basta 2,396.98 square meters.
Mr. Chairman,
Senator
ko lang,
Trillan.
just to qualify, i-contest ko yung sinasabi mo, Tony Peg. Ando doon lang sa sulok yung sinasabi mo structure, Tapos yung soil, talaga mabigat, mabigat sa bulsa. Yung ginawa niya, 38,000 per square meter. Tony Peg?
Kasi yung structural load din niya po parang sa parking na rin po eh. Ganun po eh.
Pero tanong, sinubcontract ninyo yung garden, ano tawag mo din, garden decoration or ano?
Most likely, Your Honor, but I will check.
Yeah, can we know the identity? Even saan nyo kinuha yung mga garden soil, mga flowers and plants doon? And what's the total cost for the garden soil alone and the plants and the planting materials?
I will check, Your Honor.
Di ba may usapan tayo they should be ready to answer everything connected with the parking building too?
Kasi yung prepare po namin yung specifically na hiningi po yun. But I will check, Your Honor. Give me a little
Senator
time, Your Honor.
Trillanes?
Give us a few minutes, Your Honor. We will...
Okay, and then, okay. How about the generators? Where did you source your generators? And how many generators did you buy? Kasi all in, di ba? Attorney Peg, all
Opo,
in.
Opo.
So, yung elevators, kayo na nag-source nun. Yung generators, kayo rin nag-source. Ilan generators po ba talaga? I was misled before na you bought 3. You bought only 2?
Dalawa po.
Dalawa, no? Somebody informed me na yung nameplate sa generator ay natanggal. Wala po doon. May alam po ba kayo doon? Nung nag-ocular kami, wala doon nameplate yung generator. Tinitignan niya yung capacity ng generator.
We'll provide you the specifications, Your Honor. Give us a little time to check on the
And if there is a missing
specifications and the brand, Your Honor.
and if the nameplate is missing, can we get the explanation why it is missing?
Okay, Your Honor.
Kasi yun daw yung magbibigay ng capacity ng generator. So we will have to match what was delivered from what was ordered and budgeted for. So we also know the supplier of the generator.
Your Honor,
Oh,
I have with me the facts about the generators.
Sige po.
We installed 2 units,
2 units.
and the capacity is 1,265 kVA, and the brand name is Cummins, Your Honor.
At the cost of
9.4 million per unit, Your Honor.
9.4 million per unit. What is this Meralco related expenses? We have installation of facilities at 19.56 million plus 2.4 million
Meralco deposit.
energy deposit. Ano? Umabot po ng 21.9 million. Ano po yung bulk ng expense ng 19.56 million?
This amount, Your Honor, includes the private poles and necessary protection, the primary metering, the pad-mounted transformer, the cable from the first private pole to the pad-mounted transformer, and the extended primary lines from the first private pole to the nearest Meralco lines.
Pero may deposit ang Makati City Government of 2.4
Million.
So it's in the name of the city or in the name of Hillmarks. Kanino mari-refund yung 2.4 na yun?
It's in the city, Your Honor.
City po yun. Pero dinaan po yun sa all-in na binigay sa inyo. Tama po ba yun?
Opo.
Okay. Take note po natin yun. How about the signages, Atty. Pay? How much the signage cost? Yung Makati City Hall Building II. Yan.
We get back to you in a short while, Your
Okay,
Honor.
and then Attorney Paig, after phase 3, you have already built the building, no, up to the topmost floor. Tama po ba yan? Ito pa yung tanong ko, sir. Attorney Paig, i-confirm mo na, i-confirm mo. After phase 3, you have already constructed the entire building, actually. Yun ang intindi namin sa records, after phase 3. And yet, there were 2 more phases, spending close to $1 billion. Saan nyo linagay yun? Because all-in din yun, given to you. Saan nyo po linagay yun?
We have submitted just today, Your Honor, the scope of work for the phase 4 and the phase 5.
So no more construction yon of the structure. Sa loob na lang po yon. Interior na.
It's more of architectural works, sanitary works, fire protection system, electrical works, mechanical works, Your Honor.
Pag sinabi mo architectural works, mana pa ba yon? Yun yung sa phase 4, mana pa ba yun, Architect Mateo? Was that additional payment made to Mateo to mana? Hindi na. Kasama na ba sa 11 million nyo? Yung sa phase 4? Or is that additional payment made to you?
Meron po akong timeline na maikukwento ko yung mga
You prepare something?
Opo.
Sige.
Maikukwento ko po yung mga change orders. So, baka po makatulong yun magpaliwanag.
Is that in what format? PowerPoint ba?
Nasa notes ko lang po.
Notes lang. Okay.
Mr. Chair, I'd like to be able to ask very intelligent questions and to prepare for it. So may I ask Mr. Architect Mateo, no? Because we asked you to prepare the timeline, but if you didn't prepare it, how many days do you need? Meron kayo dyan? Can you submit it to us para pag-aralan na muna? I do have 2 or 3 questions, mamaya, Mr. Chair, but the whole discussion and his report, I think we should be able to ask him the right questions at that time, Mr. Chair. No?
Architect Mateo, can you submit to the subcommittee your notes, yung giving us the timeline?
Sir Chair, may I? On that matter only.
Oh, sige.
Architect,
Architect,
kasama sa timeline mo yung from the time na nakipag-discuss kayo sa Makati officials and then the bidding until matapos yung project?
Ano pong ibig sabihin nakipag-discuss?
Sabi niyo kasi po, di ba lumalabas, 1 week after the bid, na-submit niyo na yung plano eh. And it takes time to do the plan. So, inadmit niyo na nakipagkita kayo sa mga opisyal ng Makati even before the bidding. Hindi ba?
Hindi ko po ata nabanggit na nakipagkita.
At that's what you... paano mo malalaman yung specifications? Hindi ba yun ang sinabi mo last hearing, Architect?
Ang natandaan ko pong nasabi ko,
Okay.
maaga po kaming nagsimula. So, maipapaliwanag ko naman
Yes.
po kung paano namin
Okay.
paano kami na-initiate na or
Yes.
what
Yes,
motivated
but
us.
under the contract na pinanalo nyo, kailangan may meeting kayo with them para alam nyo yung specifications. Nasa COA report yon.
Ipaliliwanag ko po
Okay.
yung
Sige, as long as kasama yon para maitanong kita about that. And then, Mr. Chair, I'd just like to note, no, last hearing, ang haba-haba ng diskusyon natin, parang dentista na bumubunot ng ngipin na ayaw magpabunot ng ngipin ang ginawa natin dito. Ayaw mo sabihin yung presyo. At nung una, ang sinasabi mo, architect, ay hindi naman to kasama, no, o hindi nyo tinignan. But before the end of the day, nagbanggit ka ng, was it 50,000 per square? 45,000 per square?
If I may, Your Honor.
Yeah, just on the amount. Then you can comment afterwards, but let me finish my question lang if you'll permit me.
Ang natatandaan ko po is somewhere sa 45. Ang binigay ko pong opinion nung huling hearing is somewhere sa 45 po ata
Okay.
ang nabanggit ko.
Okay. Pero tinignan ko yung website nyo. Quantity surveyors din pala kayo, eh, no?
Kasi po hindi naman ho lahat ng expertise nasa sa akin. So, team po kami.
Yes, but kumpanya nyo yun, di ba? At ikaw ang managing director. So when you testify here, you're testifying for your company, not just for yourself. And your testimony last time, hirap na hirap tayo kunin yung impormasyon kung magkano. Yung pala, quantity surveyors din pala yung inyong kumpanya. Isa sa trabaho ng kumpanya nyo is to assess how much the materials cost, how much, etc. And to be able to tell people, eto ang presyo ng building. So you'll be able to do that.
Kapag ang pag-quantity survey po kasi, it means detailed estimate. So, hindi po ito nagagawa na, Carlo, tingnan mo itong basong to, magkano ba yan? Carlo, tingnan mo yung building na yan, magkano ba yan?
Agree. They will show you all the details.
Opo.
And you had that because you made the plans.
Bagaman po na meron kaming plano, hindi nga po kami nag-conduct ng detailed
Yes, I
estimate.
won't argue with you on that, and I'll check the timeline. But your classmates are watching, your company employees are watching, your family is watching, the industry, no? Napakarami natin magagaling na architects all around the world, in demand sila, no? In your professional opinion, both as a managing director, as an architect, and as a quantity surveyor, is this building worth 70,000 per square?
Lampas po yun dun sa una kong nasabi na
Yes, but that was
45,000
the
per
final.
square.
The final amount was between 70 to 78,000 per square. Yun ang final account. So I'm not asking you now as the architect of Makati City. I'm not asking you as someone who supervised the plan. Sa isang tingin mo pa lang, as a professional, is it worth 70 to 78,000 per square?
Base ho sa limited experience ko, ang aking opinion ho dyan, hindi po siguro.
Okay, thank you very much for that, architect, and thank you for being frank with the committee. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Attorney Peig, going back to phases 1 to 3, costing 1.2 billion, you were already able to put up the entire structure. Tama po yun. Mukhang yun ang facts eh.
Opo.
And then phases 4 and 5, 1 billion plus for work inside the building.
It's mga finishing na po.
Normal ba normal ratio po ba 'yon sa expenses put up the building 1.2 to finish the interior inside 1 billion. Is that a normal proportion? From your experience, 37 years construction experience?
I think the total amount for phase 4 and phase 5, Your Honor, would only amount to, for phase 4, Your Honor, 650 million. And then phase 5 is 143 million. So,
143?
yes, Your Honor.
Ito palang figures natin. We will double check. So 700 something
Yes, Your Honor.
for interiors. Kasi tinignan ko sa loob
Yes,
for
Your Honor.
toilets, for signages, cable, yung pinakasulat mo.
For phase 4, Your Honor, the bulk of the expenses went to architectural, which amounted to 207 million.
200.
7 million, Your Honor. Architectural works, Your Honor.
Hindi, sino binayaran niyo doon? Mana?
No, Your Honor. Our expenses. Your
Yeah,
Honor.
expenses niyo. Architect Mateo, kinaklaro ko nga eh. Because when he mentioned architectural works sa 207 million, hindi kayo yon sa kanila.
Amin po.
Kinaklaro ko yon.
And
Yes.
then, Electrical.
If I may, Your Honor. When a contractor says that the costs is attributable to architectural works, typically po ang ibig sabihin nito, or this can be interpreted as the cost is attributable to architectural finishing works. Hindi po ito architectural fee.
Architectural finishing works.
Opo.
Okay. So, internal ninyo. Apo. So, around phases 4 and 5, sa records niyo 700 million to finish.
For phase 4, Your Honor, it's
600.
almost 650 million. And for the phase 5, it's 143,800,000.
Okay, so close to 800 million
Yes, Your Honor.
to finish the interior sa loob po. Sa loob po.
That's the scope of work
Yeah,
for
phases
phase
4
4
and
and
5.
5.
Pagdating po sa building sign, meron lang pong mga staff ko kasi na medyo nalalakihan sila sa halaga, 974,000 plus for 24 letters. That's around 40,000 per letter. Do you confirm that, Attorney Baig?
I will get back to you. I will confirm. I will check, Your Honor.
Subcontracted din po 'yon, ano po?
Opo.
O sige. Ito tanong Commissioner Fabia. Tanong ko lang po sa mga tao natin. Kunyari kami hindi naman kami mga auditor, pero when we encounter expenses like this, parang yung staff ko, for example, sabi na napakalaki naman ito for a signage. Pag ino-audit ba ng mga auditors natin, do they also go through each item?
Your Honor, they're here, they can
Oo
answer.
nga. So, it's good that you will pass now the question to them, to refer the question to who can answer among the audit specialists. Do you go as detailed as we non-auditors want to go? Or medyo general lang po kayo mag-audit?
As much as we desire, Your Honor, that we should go to details, we are constrained, Your Honor, because of these yung aming guidelines po, Your Honor. Ang guidelines po namin ay dapat doon kami kumuha sa aming cost data ng Commission on Audit po. Mayroon po kaming tinatawag doon na Price Evaluation Division, PAED. However, unfortunately, wala po yun. Na-abolish na po yata yun. Wala na po ngayon. Hindi nag-exist. And the second priority na doon kami kukuha dapat ay sa SIAP. Ito po yung tinatawag namin na Construction Industry Authority of the Philippines. However, dito po sa Construction Industry Authority of the Philippines, ang presyo po nila na nandoon ay puro lang po common construction materials. Ito po yung sinasabing mga bakal, mga pako, mga plywood, yung mga ganun. So, wala po kaming makikita doon. Ngayon, ang third po na sinasabi po doon sa Commission on Auditing Guidelines ay doon po kami sa canvas. Now, dito po kami nagkakaproblema sa canvas. Bakit po kami nagkakaproblema sa canvas? Dito po sa canvas, bawat pupuntahan po naming mga known suppliers, may dala-dala po kaming canvas. Pag nalalaman na po nila na Commission on Audit po ang gagamit at magtatanong, dinideny po nila kami. Pwede po kaming kumuha ng presyo. However, paano po namin gagamitin? Samantalang ang Commission on Audit Circular nag-restrict sa amin na dapat makapirma po yung supplier doon. Kailangan ilagay po namin ang pangalan ng supplier. Pero yun na nga po, pagdating doon, hindi po sila pumipirma. Yun nga ang problema po namin. So, ang ginagawa na lang po namin ay ina-adapt